really strong so far. This is what they focus on. You know, we're gonna get the good laners. We're gonna transition that advantage into something else. Like after the 10-minute mark, we're gonna group up, take some towers. They don't have the best tower takers in this game besides like Venomancer. Only has 1 point in the Plague Wards at the moment, so it's not gonna be that strong.
Obviously on the power rune, it will go into the hands of Ori. He's able to grab that DD. Some definite kill potential to be had here. We also have the movement from PYW over towards that mid lane. So if they want to maybe try and make a move onto the Void Spirit, but he's being cautious. He knows that they're hunting for him in this mid lane. As Mikkei holds the tower and makes sure that it's very difficult for PYWs to find the angle to get in on it. Even with that superior wall coverage that falls into favour now for Vici Gaming. Not able to find the angle to get in onto Mikkei. Or he's going to look towards top instead for the action. Coming over with the DD rune. He's heading over, drops the coil down, catches Foxy. Instantly the TPs are coming in. A lot of that. Mikkei slides over the actual stick. The Foxy. What can they get in return? They get Ori at least, and they'll also pick up PYW. He's left behind. Liquid quickly reacting to that move.
So with the reactions, they see Puck there, instant TPs, 2 heroes, they want to make something out of that, and they get the much great Phoenix from the bottom lane. Oh, Misty actually gets the triple.
Alright, I mean, I certainly didn't go the way that Ori and Vici go for. A move up top turning into a triple kill for Mikkei.
Vici Gaming just needs to slow down, farm up. They should not keep fighting all the time. Their heroes are, breaking. You're not gonna see this hero for another 10 minutes. He just wants to farm the jungle, get that Radiance up, and then join a team fight. That's pretty much what he does. So they need to play Dota 4 versus 5 until Radiant comes online.
And so far they're struggling to do that. Falling behind in the trades here, Vici Gaming. It's Liquid just being able to make the better moves, and a huge difference now. But obviously thanks partly to that triple kill Mikkei picked up between the value of their mids. Look at Mikkei, 4,300 net worth against the 2,400. You got 2k difference between the two mid laners just 8 minutes in.
Makes a huge difference. Ori, they need to get this kill. Like, he needs to get the last hit.
He needs money. He really wants it. I mean, he's taking the roll with free Tiger now. Tiger, he's going to be able to roll away. The Supernova's coming out. The Snowball does chase them. Get the kill on Tiger, but Ori's got to be careful. He's falling up. Foxy and Mikkei, they're chasing him down. Orb's available and a bit of a gear for the summer and keep Ori fine. In fact, they might just be able to throw the Foxy. They do. Ori, he get himself the he needs it. He needs that money.
Exactly what they needed, and because Venomancer was pushing the bottom, no one wants to be in that lane, so Phoenix goes there, collects the XP, shows up. That's a position 5 Phoenix. Ori again.
Is under attack.
He just steps up and got caught in a remnant.
They're playing too fast. I mean, they need to slow down. I can't finish my sentences.
Oh my goodness, Ori, he's got to be careful. I mean, done like that in the mid lane, getting a little too greedy, heading back into the creep wave. Even at wall coverage up on the high ground there.
Is under attack.
But even so, not prepared for the remnant to just come out from Mikkei and catch him off guard, apparently.
So Koiko will take the bottom tower with the Venomancer. Now he can control the jungle. He provides a lot of vision against the Wraith King, where he will be farming, and you can see Insania already drawing on a minimap, showing where Wraith King is. Take cover of this area. They have one observer ward that scout things out. If they want to defend the tier 1 tower, no one wants to play against the Venomancer. Got a hard one, and something that we see lately, usually, especially on Team Liquid, casual cloaks being picked up, which I'm a big fan of.
Indeed, we saw yesterday Foxy picking it up on his Bloodseeker. I love that.
Yesterday he went for Eternal Shroud on Venomancer. This seems like to be really good item on the
No, without a doubt. We saw the sort of unkillable beast Koifa was able to become with that build-up. And this game looking to definitely be on a similar direction. Has only died the once so far, second in the net worth. As this Venomancer that's just had all the room to farm. Liquid, they're ready to strike again. Mikkei smoking up with Tiger, DD in the bottle. Vici, they've got the 3 of them up here. So they're going to be revived as the signs from Tiger to set things up. Mikkei, and he flies through. He's actually going to be up the mark with the remnant, and now Ori's going to have to jump his turn. Drop the good egg. Egg on the high ground, can have taken out. Mikkei's not with Tiger. VG Gaming, they were prepared this time round. Liquid taking theirs to be the team that just pushes a little too aggressively, wrapping around behind that tier 1 tower. VG Gaming, they're ready to show that they're just quick to turn up and turn things around.
They were ready for that kind of rotation, and we can see like White Puck is so good against the Spirits. Like he might lose the lane, the Void Spirit, but one coil, you don't have a defensive item, you're gonna die there. Like the duration is just too good. I see Old 11 with the Blink Dagger queued up. I would love this to be. It's not that much of a meta. That's gonna be that quite well. Like, with the Blink Dagger, you have that initiation, but I think Team Liquid should be the one, you know, putting the pressure because their late game is not as strong as VG Gaming. Right now,
we have it. Rolling for target to set things up. They get the game as well, but then he's going to turn the attention over to Poyoyo for the backups in. They can't burn through the Red King. Now Liquid's going to be a bit cautious. Insania dropping the freezing field. Poyoyo starts to back away. Foxy's trying to come up with the cleanup, and they're starting to almost switch movement speed. Takes out Hold 11. Then bring down Poyoyo the once. See if Poyoyo's going to back off or wants to try and fight back. No Supernova quite up yet for DY, so they don't have the full potential to turn things. They'll just leave it with Old 11 dying, make sure they don't throw away anything else on that top 5 VG.
Now VG Gaming's like, yeah, we need that 5th hero, so Erika actually joins with the Wraith King in the team fights, even though he has like Hand of Midas. I'll pop that Reincarnation. I will not join the next fights until like Reincarnation is up. I want to farm my Radiance. Yeah, I would love this to be good. If the Legion Commander has good, they have such limited damage and can upgrade that supply. Because
even if they don't need the catch, you need the Dream Coil sort of enough.
Get that after. I think Dream Coil will be enough.
Looking for the center bottom again. They're going to be able to walk and get the duel. Another one, Old 11. Straight up the pick up a second. The Supernova's dropped down. No possibility for Liquid to take this one.
This is the VG game that I watched for almost a few months. They have been dominating. Like all teams in China, like the top 4 or 5 teams are pretty much equally skilled, and I think it's showing because like VG Gaming, like drafts are pretty much always on point. To go back, you know, 11, he's hit or miss. Always, that's why he's one of my favorite players. You know, you never know. He might be the best player in the game, or he might be the one like, what's going on? Like, who's playing on his account? I would compare him to Boxy in certain situations because like very similar playstyle between these two.
Like the roof for these players,
yeah.
I mean it's up there. You know they really do have these games. I mean we saw yesterday Boxy in particular. He pretty much had 6 of them. You know we sort of saw every single game that Liquid came in with yesterday. Boxy just having an incredible time, and human positions and heroes. Again, this sort of versatility that we're seeing Liquid express with their roles.
In the next match,
looking great.
Boxy would love to see like 8 items in the inventory, plus a neutral slot and a TP slot, because he always has
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He looks to make sure that he never leaves home with his bag empty.
Like he will swap Quelling Blade in team fight for a raindrop. Once the raindrop charges are burned, he can get to Auto Phenomenon. But wants to be able to scale. Like it's a bit greedy build. You know, going for the Maelstrom first item straight away, has a casual belt of strength to tank it up a bit, but he needs items. Like you can't just afford to get to like.
Did you see that as well? I think he's listening to you, Lacoste. Old 11.
What did he do? Oh, he switched to a pipe. Yeah, I mean it's a much better choice because everything that Team Liquid has is magical damage. Like, they don't have to care, and his role is to just stall the game as much as is possible until Racing comes online with the hood. Like, if he had the hood in the previous fight, he would have been able to possibly even get the dual damage and also survive. Oh, this is the best item for Legion Ship to win. It's only him and kind of one the item. This item is tough.
Start things off in He's going to put the freezing field with PYW. He's going to put him in the face there with the uppercut. It's 2 more kills for VG Gaming after the early brawls. We're now starting to see this consistency from VG. They're the ones coming out on top of each of these moves that are being made. Of course, all whilst they have this Wraith King farming away to target 10. Minus 2,700 gold in towards the Relic. He's going to be hitting some good timings if it continues like this.
Yeah, it's going to be still a good timing on Radiance because he went Hand of Midas, so that's gonna pay off eventually. They're trying to take the top tier 1 tower.
And then they take down Pulsing One, they can Tigers in with the side, there's no chance for an ultimate. Over to YW they go this time. Liquid's going to be chasing down VG Gaming one by one. So moving on to Tux, bring him down. They're even seeing if they can catch anything else out of this. But VG Gaming, the rest of them a little too quick. They'll get themselves away from this entire move for Liquid. I'm saying they're on 11.
Radiant's
Still
top
hanging around a
tower is
little
under
bit.
attack.
Still far enough away
Radiant's
to mean the Tiger and Mickey can't quite get a catch on him.
I just wanted to say how VG Gaming has been playing discipline, and then they go and try to take the tower. Like, it's very hard to look at the another duel win. A bit of an overkill there, but you know, they lost 5 heroes almost to actually kill him, and now with the Skelly Bros, they can try to go and take the tower.
Well, I mean, Old 11, he's having a good one, right? Yeah, 40
attack.
damage at 16 minutes in. You're pretty happy with that,
Getting now almost 2,000 gold. I'm fine with him getting the Blink Dagger and then going back to farm. I think that's the play here. He still needs like 500 gold to finish off the Blink Dagger. At this point, he will need someone to initiate. Let's see what he decides to do. Probably going to buy a Blink at this point.
They will be able to clean up that mid-tier 1 tower.
Hope they also find Pele, the last first stone for VG Gaming. Like, Tusk is one of the few position 4s who like don't like to have. It's just
you don't want the money.
Yeah, you don't want the money. You need the damage. So BY will take that one. He's also super farmed in position 5. Almost has a full Spirit Vessel.
Now the Spirit Vessel is going to be quite a nuisance for Liquid. You know, they themselves, not with any sort of hero that's going to be able to remove that or really deal with that being laid down.
This is their timing. Like VG Gaming, they finished the Radiance, possibly finished the pipe, and try to take some power. They did a good job defending their towers against the Venomancer, only managed to lose 2. They took the tier 1 tower only on the top, but once they get the Radiance, it's go time.
Dyer's middle tower is under
See what the
attack.
timings are going to be for some of Liquid's cores. Quite soon to have that Eternal Shroud. The 100 gold off it. We'll see. I mean, after the Radiance, is this a game for Poyo where he's got to get the BKB? You can't really step it.
Like,
it's BKB
Radiance,
just going to be king here.
Possibly the AC Blink Dagger. They already have like 2 Blink Daggers, so I don't think he needs like that earlier Blink Dagger. Just tank up, because they have no abilities that go through Magic Community other than Rupture, and Breaking doesn't really care too much about it.
Absolutely. He's going to have those 2 lives to fight through. Liquid may be able to throw everything on him to bring him down the once, but taking him down twice is only going to get harder as the game goes on. A lot of excellent scaling potential for the Red King this game. Top lane, Liquid trying to go it up to BYW. He's actually able to get this game.
Liquid, I think they need to go back. Like, they just don't have the tools to fight off Nick. And that should reveal the board, but it was okay because he had a salve on. VG Gaming team fight is much stronger. Like, once they get that was a fight without the Radiance.
It was, wasn't it? As before it was even out, so that's going to be a bit of a scare for Liquid. And another duel win. Plus 50 damage, Old 11 really having a beautiful time here.
Not a good start, but manages to come back with the Legion Commander. The problem is for Team Liquid, like, they don't have any kind of phase. On the other side, there is Prestice Attack, there is Snowball, so they want to have these prolonged fights. There's also Sunray, that's going to be amazing against Venomancer.
Also have the, I believe, the completed vessel coming out now for the Phoenix. Yep, there it is, DY. So it's going to have a solid answer to deal with all that spell lifesteal that for a lot of the time in the previous games. shots on the side, but Liquid, they've got no chance of going for him a second time with just the three of them alive. BYW jump back in. The tunnel off with the shelter in place. One at the side. As the Red King takes it down, the mid-tower falls. VG Gaming really just consistently outplaying Liquid now at this point.
Yeah, such a great team coordination, the spell usage coming out from BG Gaming in that fight, like a bit early go coming out from the Legion Commander that were not ready to connect. It just needed to be like 1 second, 2 seconds after for the duel, but to get the damage doesn't really matter at this point, but he locked him down. They got the tier 1 tower, so this opens up the map.
It was really so close there as well for Mikke, nearly getting out of the chain combo with that Eul's timing. But as we saw, PYW just perfectly letting the snowball rip as soon as he falls to the ground, and giving no opportunity for Mikke to get any of the cast animations off.
Tusk had a really high pick rate in the Chinese Division 1. But had such a low win rate. I think it was something between 20 and 25%, but it was highly contested as a hero.
I mean, who was sort of the best Tusk players in China, would you say?
Jin Q comes to my mind. He just loves the hero and plays it so well.
Definitely this game, PYW very much making a case for himself. These sort of saves and this Blink Dagger, just so much follow-up. Going for the Lotus next as well. I mean, already VG Gaming having a lot of methods to protect one another, throwing just more things into the fire that's going to cause real issues for Liquid to find a solid target to initiate one of these team fights when VG Gaming are there as a full 5-man.
Team Liquid, they're afraid. I think they need to make stuff happen. Like they can't take this to late game because Venomancer, you know, he's a okay-ish hero, but needs someone to be able to scale. Boxy getting a BKB after finishing SNY, so he will be able to scale. Void's good, not too much damage. Like sometimes it's very hard to itemize this with to be able to super late game. Lots of saving potential is just too strong at the moment. They will be out of the close down with tier 2 tower, possibly transition that into Roche once the egg is up once again. They could also just go in the Roche pit and take it. There's Fun has to travel, he can take care of the lanes. It's just not looking good for Team Liquid in this game.
Yeah, it looks very hard to play in this game, in this sort of state right now, with the lead that VG Game is getting, considering the heroes that they've sort of drafted around this Wraith King at sort of the center of their scaling power. And he's just huge. He's level 18, moving into the pit. Top of the sand, really. This Roshan God's going to be very close to having a BKB done as well. And they're not even able to, they're really killing them once in these fights now. They've been like the second fight. 3-0. It's a solid draft and it's a solid showing. Even though Liquid did have that sort of shine to them in the laning stage, and those early moves, Mikke getting the triple kill, it just hasn't transitioned into anything in comparison to what VG Game has got at this point, 24 minutes in.
The Team Liquid, they needed to have like 5k gold advantage 10 minutes in, keep fighting. There's the quarrel from Ori, gets the solo kill on Insania. He's also going for the Aghanim Scepter, just for the longer duration. I just don't think Team Liquid, even though we've seen good comebacks, it's gonna be really hard. I don't know what needs to happen for them to make a comeback unless like VG Gaming makes some really weird plays. Yeah, you mentioned they can't take one life away from Wraith King. Now he's level 18, 40 seconds cooldown.
It's very hard. I mean, for Liquid, you know, they've got to have some sort of core that's going to be able to pop off in the late game. I mean, Boxy, he's just falling behind. You know, the farm difference between this Bloodseeker and the Wraith King. I mean, understandable at this stage with the space that's been created for PoYoYo. It's 4k difference. It's Midas Radiance absolutely paying off in terms of how quickly the Wraith King can clean up the map in comparison to the Bloodseeker.
He just bought a Hyperstone on Wraith King and he's like, yeah, I'll actually go for BKB. AC's fine, but they don't have that much physical damage so far. And he's also going for a BKB. Like, once they get those BKBs up, they literally have no damage. They also don't have the egg hitters. The only attack speed they have is pretty much Bloodseeker. And Vici Gaming also got a lot of tools to defend the egg with it. Like, Pool, Snowball, even like Shards can work really well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Down the mid lane they go, Vici Gaming.
Radiant's bottom
They know that
tower
they can
is under attack.
poke at these objectives. Liquid's gonna have quite the difficulty pushing them back. You see Liquid at the least just trying to find space for Boxy to farm, and he's sweeping around mid, deep on the side of Vici Gaming's map where they know
Dire's
that
middle tower is
Vici
under
Gaming isn't
attack.
going to be present. He will manage
Radiant's
to find the
courier
courier
has
there, and
been
that will be the BKB put on hold for old 11, thanks to that courier snipe by Boxy. He's trying to sort of set up there with Yo-Yo at the front. Maybe it's a bit of a bait, but Liquid aren't going to be falling for that.
Liquid doesn't have a play like you
Dire's
can
middle
set up
tower is
Venomancer
under
board,
attack.
defend the high ground. There will be cheap damage on the tower coming up to Vici Gaming.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They don't have that, hero that can make stuff happen, toss back to the tower, skewer, anything that's like super scary when they're defending, or actually sieging the tier 3 towers.
Dire's bottom tower
They're
is
trying to
under
make a
attack.
wrap
Middle
around,
tower
okay,
has
that's
fallen.
something.
See what they can get.
Or
Oh,
is
this
it-
Invis rune! That's going to put a stop to the smoke play attempt from Liquid. That looks like a big shot. Wants to make it. He's got the follow-up. He wants over the side. He wants to drop the single over. They try to take it down, but taking his attention away from the egg as they bring down the Bloodseeker and lose nothing themselves. He died. So they're able to get Tiger here. He's rolling away. So we'll chase him a little bit. They're not going to be able to reach him, or he might be able to.
No, he was thinking about it.
He was thinking about going for that.
I want him so badly, but yeah, does not want to throw the game.
No, I'm sure POIW reached over,
Dire's
dragged his
bottom tower is
keyboard and
under
said,
attack.
You need to stop. You need to stop. I wish we could do that in Fuzz.
just stops one of your plays.
Yeah, one per game. Like, you're able to stop someone's move.
I mean, it sounds a little OP.
Dire's bottom
Like,
tower
you see him
has
running
fallen.
back to the base, trying to buy that Shadow Amulet. You're like, stop. I did not want to throw the game. Vici Gaming going for the high ground.
See what Liquid's got. Going the tank here to defend with. I'll box it up in a few seconds. Immediately gets collapsed upon. Vici Gaming there relentless. And they just instantly blow up the Venomancer. Liquid, they're trying to push him away. Will manage to keep those grabs alive. Onto Boxy. They take it down, the dieback from the Venomancer, and now with another Vici Gaming, they can resume business. Look toward these rounds. The green one has been taken away, but another one is coming in.
They can just go, man. I think this might be it, Owen.
It certainly looks like there's no return here for Liquid now, down 23k, down a step
Dire's
round.
middle tower is under attack.
They could say go. Not sure where they're going.
Let's see here, under the side, Tiger might get a little bit too close for his own good. And they get the jump, Tiger down. He has got
Dire's middle
buyback.
tower
So
has
Liquid, they
fallen.
may be able to pull together one final defense here
Dire's
against
middle
Vici
barracks
Gaming.
are under attack.
It's one of those games where you kind of feel that the game is over.
Middle barracks
Like last 10 minutes, you can't win any team fight. You have probably the best
Dire's middle barracks.
defender in the game. That's Legion Commander.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like, you can't make any aggressive moves. You can't fight for like thinking how the lanes are gonna be set up